Party people, what's going on?
Hello, everyone.
All right, and we are right back like we left something. And I think we did leave something, Kristen. We left our pride.
What am thinking that the Bulls had changed?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But hey, let's get through the formalities. Welcome everybody for joining us. This is a special edition of Bull Spit slash Plunked. This will be our final episode of Bull Spit for the season. I'm one of your hosts, Emilio Bucks.
And I'm your other host, Kristen Petit.
And
Or Stats. Sorry,
this
Kristen
being the
Stats.
last bull spit of the season, we know why, Kristen. It's because the Bulls took an arse whooping last night
Ooh, did they?
again to the Miami Heat again in
You
the
thought,
play-in. Except this time they didn't even win one playing game.
yeah. And you thought it was going to be a little different because Jimmy Butler's not there.
Thought it would have been different.
Thought
It was
wrong.
worse.
Yeah, it was worse.
Somehow it was worse. Namely because of one Tyler Hero.
Yes. Who was supposed to
Um,
be guarding him? Because whoever it was, they were missing in action.
yeah. Um, yeah, I think they had a couple of different looks on him throughout the game, but he was just able to just get whatever he wanted. It was just one of
Mhm.
those nights where all his shots were dropping. And
Eh,
then, you got a guy like the bench player, Davion Mitchell, who's
yeah.
hits him with 15 off of the bench.
Mm.
Davion Mitchell, with that 15 points, outscored the entire Bulls bench,
Now
which
that's
only scored 13 points,
uh,
led by Taylor Horton Tucker,
uh,
9 points.
and as someone pointed out to me, Taylor whatever THT coming in there early, that was bad.
Yes,
You had to bring him in for some sort of spark. You were in trouble.
absolutely. What up, Rude?
That's the one who actually said it. Patrick, I tried to lead with love, and
Patrick Williams, uh, 15 minutes, 0 points. What up, Lola? Kamish,
yeah,
Trey.
yeah,
Oh man,
that
that
was
was sorry.
that was bad.
Uh, that was sorry.
19,
So
19,
I won't even start with Patrick Williams. I'm not ready to get my blood pressure going like that. Just out the gate
I'd
with how
like to know.
disgusting of a player he is.
I'd like to know why there were so few minutes for some other people who during that run played relatively important roles.
Roles like your bench.
Yeah, Julian Phillips. I mean, Terry and Williams still got decent minutes, and 2 points between them. But Julian
Julian
Phillips,
Phillips with 1 minute.
1 minute. THT got 16, 9
Jalen
points.
got 13. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get
Like Billy just came back down to earth last night and just
that.
came down to his Billy shit. And hey, Deb.
Hey, hi. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. You got five for 20 from Kobe, so somebody else should have come in. Like, given you got 6 of 13 from Vooch, 4 of 9 from Buzelis, Herder 3 of 7, 9, 21. Giddy took 21 shots, got 25 points. Now he's also hurt. He has a torn tendon in his or torn muscle in his hand. So okay. but Vooch needs more than 13 points. As you were getting down, they no longer had the Bonzo, renamed Lonzo. Ball wasn't there, so you didn't have that calming force. You didn't have Zach DeMar. Like, you didn't have those calming takeover forces. But you still had a calming takeover force. No one's probably going to stop him that often in Vooch. You could have 7 more shots for him.
Billy was outcoached
Again.
I mean, they went away from, you just said it, what they did during this run, the winning 15 of 20. He totally went away from there. I mean, when the starters start, showing some lackluster effort, maybe, he would bring his bench in to provide some energy. And you would see, Jalen Smith knock down a shot. Jalen Smith only 4 minutes. What happened here?
Collins 5. You couldn't find more minutes for your other 2 big men?
Yeah. And, Bam didn't go crazy, but he was efficient,
Yeah. Was he?
15 points.
Yeah, 6. He missed. Tyler Hero only missed 6 baskets. He was 6 of 16. He had the same amount of rebounds as Vooch, but I don't know. I just, not saying it would have changed the game, but we don't even know. And if this is what was working, this is why everyone was saying, not everyone, this is why many people were saying, oh, maybe they don't need the rebuild, just build around these guys. Maybe the moment was too much for Buzelis. So why don't you bring in Jalen Smith or Zach Collins for him? You only got 9 from Buzelis, 4 or 9. Kobe took 12 threes. Okay, you only made 3. You know what was making Kobe successful during this big run? He was driving to the basket more.
To the basket.
So 12 of your shots were from 3. You had 20 shots. So you only took 8 non-3-pointers. I know at one point they were down so much, so now you just start chucking up threes. But how about you just try to knock it down, chip down the lead?
Chip away.
You drive to the basket, it can open up something for somebody.
Did Billy do enough to keep his job? I don't know if he did enough, but I certainly believe he's keeping his job.
Yeah. He's had 0 playoff wins. I think his record is like 190, 10.
Didn't they win 1 against Milwaukee that year?
Okay, 1 playoff.
1 game?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
No, I forgot about that. He's won 1 playoff game. His record's under 500.
Overall record's under 500.
I think how many times have they won at least 40 games? 3 times?
Yeah.
I
don't even know if it's been 3.
It may not. I mean, coaches who have won championships got fired.
This is true.
Mike Malone, who just not that long ago won a championship.
2 years ago.
If he can get fired, right? Yes. If the Grizzlies coach, Taylor, whatever his name is, with a over 500 record, I believe, if he can get fired. Mike Brown got fired.
Yeah.
They're just winning coach of the year, not the previous year or whatever like that.
That's right.
Greater coaches have gotten fired this year. Budenholzer, okay, he failed miserably with the Suns, but that's a little more on the management, because you thought Bradley Beal was a better option than Chris Paul.
And we talked about that, and we knew that was a mistake.
Yes, but that coach got fired.
Yeah.
Adrian Griffin last year.
This is the Bulls, Kristen.
So all my passions for nothing.
I'm just saying. This is the Bulls. Did you see the press conference, AK's press conference today?
No.
I don't know if it was Joe Collier or somebody asked him. He's like, when the league is screaming that you rebuild by losing games and getting a high lottery pick, That's the best. That's the easiest way to kind of turn the things around. Why do you seem to be content with,
Not.
running this back? And of course he talks about like slowing down the process of, or speeding up the process of the rebuild by not completely tearing it down. But this is what it gets you. It gets
Yeah.
you winning barely 40 games, if that, in the weak East, a shot at a playing game, which you can't even use that. You can't even get into the playoffs. You're not good enough.
No. And then, I like, well, I've always, Kobe could have been gone a long time ago, even though he was, he was shining. I've always been on the,
Well,
so,
I think we've always been on the, if you're going to really rebuild
yeah.
and tear it down, then tear it down. You can't have a guy like Kobe.
Yeah. So let's say, okay, what he wants to do is not completely, but you still don't really have build around. You have people. Like, if you're not going to
No, you don't have
completely,
your main piece. You
no,
don't
yeah,
have your
if you're
star.
not going to completely tear it down, then that means you have two young, going to be spectacular stars. Not what Buzelis, is trending to be. I don't think he's take over the league star. So you only do,
TBD,
what'd you say?
major TBD to be determined. I
Yes.
mean, who
Yes.
knows?
And so if you're going to not break it all the way down, then you have some sort of pieces that are okay. Once you do well in this draft, they'll all grow together and you already have that main star. So now maybe you just bring in a veteran star. You don't have that. As good as well as Giddy and Kobe played. And
That's
then
not what
are
you
you,
have of them
yeah,
yet.
are you, and then, are you still going to keep Vooch? Like, let the free Vooch, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're not getting ready to get the star to come here. You're not who's coming here? What star? There was the dream some Wolves fans had after Mike Malone was fired, and
Kevin Durant coming here.
no, Jokic. When
Oh,
Jokic
Jokic
said
coming here.
about
That's
how he
never going to
likes,
happen.
yeah, he likes coming here, but he's up for a 3-year, $210 million contract extension. So that's $70 million a year. He's not leaving $70 million to come here. I mean, but
It was
it was against,
it was a feel good moment, Trey. Like the last
yeah.
2 months felt good. It was
So
nice.
when you look back at who they were beating during that, and
Mm-hmm.
you look at
Talk to me.
even the good teams that they were beating, two of those good teams were missing the most important pieces of their team.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other two were the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, they showed us all this fight and it was all these good times, and it wasn't the greatest of talent.
And they were bum killing, and there was a lot of teams
Yes.
who
Which is
had thrown
important.
it in.
Yes, that's important. I don't want to take anything away from them, but I think we all, because it was just fun watching them, although I had to stop watching because I was a jinx and I didn't even watch yesterday. And I was like, yeah, I guess I could have watched this one. But even as much fun as it was, and the feel good stories and the player of the week, player of the month, all that was happening, you still kind of saw that this might happen.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, they
the,
overachieved for the
yeah.
last couple of
And
months, which they
and
tend
the
to do in spurts.
yes, the history of Billy Donovan teams is to get down by extreme double digits and then claw your way back. Well, you didn't have the claw your way back crew. So, and you can't, you
And
do
I think
that.
that part was Billy's fault because
Yes,
he
he
didn't
didn't
adjust his
play.
lineup.
He didn't adjust his lineup. He didn't, and you had mentioned, oh, they'll make adjustments in the second half.
They didn't.
No, and then if you're not hitting shots, and this part isn't on Billy, if the people you were counting on because they were hitting so many shots before, now they can't hit any, what are
Yeah.
you gonna do? But you could have made a change. You could have done something different, and not THT. He's not the change. He's not the change I'm talking about. Because during their big run, he's someone who never came off the bench.
Right.
When they were winning 8 out of 10, 13 out of 16, whatever the record was, he didn't sniff the floor unless there was a blowout.
Yeah.
I would have rather seen Javon Carter. He's a veteran.
I mean, if
He
you
might
needed
even
somebody to
run
jack up a couple of shots, yeah, you
yes,
could have
I
got you could have
trust
put
his
Devon
jacking
Carter.
up. Yeah, I trust his jacking up, especially when they needed the threes because they were down so much.
Yeah.
I
Devon
it was,
Carter, DNP did not even sniff the
and then
floor.
he has a player option, so he'll be back next year. Who's gonna turn down millions?
Yeah. And he's in the crib,
Yeah.
from here.
So it was, and I see AK asked for patience in the rebuild. No, you're all no. We're out. No, you get no patience. We've been patient since you've been here. You bamboozled us by making moves when you first got here. Like, woohoo! Then you wouldn't make the moves you probably needed to make when the writing was on the wall. You never, and I know we don't want to always keep going back to Lonzo's injury. You were never proactive in finding a replacement
And
for,
replacing Lonzo Ball
yes,
to
who was,
make your team work that you had constructed.
yes, because he was clearly a critical piece. And
Yeah.
he's what made the engine run.
Should have went after Chris.
Chris Paul, you could have tried better to get Drew Holiday when he was
Yeah,
available. Like there were
Chris
some
Paul.
better than Goran Dragic.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Always going on the cheap.
yes.
Always going on the cheap.
Yeah.
And yet here we are because fans still support. They still sell out seats and buy concessions, and their bottom line still looks pretty decent, and here we are. We do as fans deserve better, but you have an owner who's made it clear he doesn't respect the fans. Now, it's the same owner of the White Sox, and we see the parallels.
Oh my gosh.
Like all of this talk about we deserve better and we shouldn't have to, like, he doesn't give two shits about what we think we deserve. Guaranteed. And that's just the unfortunate truth of the matter. And they're going to run it back. From what I can tell, it looks like they're going to run it back because they can't really make any moves. I mean, they can get rid of Vooch's salary, open up some space, but what are you going to get?
Yeah.
That's going to be a real
because
difference maker.
what you could, because you should have done it at the trade deadline. When you get some picks, you get something. Just like when they waited too long. And granted, Josh Giddey was fine, but they were going to get some picks for giving Alex Caruso to the Warriors. And it's every time they just skip the Warriors. This is the second time the Warriors were willing to give up some stuff for our players. And they said, no, thanks. And then in the offseason, you're not going to get as much or at least picks. You're not going to get any picks now because they needed him. Teams needed him for their run.
Yes.
They're not, he'll still, he has enough, some sort of value, but teams aren't going to be as desperate for him for the beginning of the season. He was there for a run. So now do you hold on and hope people stay healthy to the next trade deadline? Do you trade Kobe because he only has one more year? Do you extend him? If you're Kobe, you love it here. You bought a house here. You did all that, but do you want to be here for a rebuild?
Yeah.
Do you want to
Or,
waste
are
three?
you content with being a playing team?
Yeah, yeah, and being the star for a while
And he might be,
because
for all we know.
he might be, and as long as I'm the man, and that's fine if he does. But that'll
But
be
for
because
us,
he's still young. So if he signed a 3-year contract, he could still be gone when he's 27, 28.
yeah.
So he's young enough to do it. Had some stats,
Now,
get some
speaking
more
of
awards.
contracts, he will. Let's get to him. Let's get at him.
I led with love
You should have led with
all,
lead.
all season.
That was harsh.
And yes, it was.
Maybe not.
And I like the kid. He seems like he's such a nice kid.
Cowardly Lion. Seems harmless.
But he needs a change of scenery. He needs to go to a team that will probably use him the way he was meant to be used. He's not a
Which is
starter.
cleaning up the locker room.
He's not a starter. He's not someone you're supposed to count on. We would have loved it if he could have just been competing for the 6th Man of the Year award.
Oh, that would have been huge
That would
because
have been great.
he'd have been up in Kobe White's realm.
So, but will they do that?
No.
Well, we're
And
not
his
getting
value is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
He's got a brand new contract.
But it's still low enough that some team may think that they can unlock his potential to at least be a good bench player. I think that's his ceiling.
So you're saying that there's a sucker out there.
Yeah, because look at all the teams that are bad.
There's a sucker out there that's not Chicago.
Yes. I heard there might have been some people. Well, okay, they missed their main window when people were interested, but then he's just such damaged goods, and it might be a mental thing. I'm not saying he's gonna be a great player, but maybe he could be good, and you can find someone who's willing to bet they can make him good, and you can get some better quality bench players to fill out your staff if you're going to rebuild.
Maybe.
Why have him fill out the staff?
Yeah, I want him out of here. I think we all do.
It's time. It's past time, but it's time.
Patrick Williams experiment has been over.
It was over, and then you kept doing, well, he was injured, and when he comes back, but it was never, and then he had one game, what was it, the Cleveland game? I think he played when they rested everybody else, which was a pointless activity. And he still only had 15 points, and you were the main guy.
Yeah.
And that's just not his thing, and maybe he doesn't even want it to be his thing.
Well, I don't think he does. He knows how he's built.
Yeah.
He knows his mental.
But when you look at him, it's like, how are you not better? How do you not have
between the ears? It's between the ears. People tend to underestimate how important that in between the ears part is. Like, you can have all of the physical attributes in the world. That big NBA body that Stacey King likes to say, and but if you don't, if you're a cowardly lion, it doesn't matter if you're a lion. You're cowardly.
He doesn't have that dog in him. It's just a little.
He doesn't have a strong cat in him.
It's a little yapping puppy in him.
And he doesn't even have that. The yapping puppy would at least be like, well, he's
annoying. He's not even annoying.
No, he's not annoying. He brings nothing. He's just like, he's tail between the legs.
And then his defense started falling apart. It was just and he doesn't have the confidence. He lacks that confidence. That even if I am not shooting well, I'm going to keep on shooting it. And that's what they wanted him to do, and he wouldn't.
He took 2 shots last night. Missed
Yeah,
both
he
of them.
takes 2, he misses, and then he shrinks.
Shrinks.
And like the team spent an entire season, like the players spent almost an entire season trying to give him confidence. The beginning of the game was all about give Patrick the ball. I mean, they wasted so much time, and who knows what would have been different this year if they made him go to the bench earlier.
Yeah.
And
Giving him
more
that
time
starter
for
position for
Rosales.
so long.
Yeah, and it took them forever to just send him to the bench. He came in as a bench player. That's where he is. And so,
A bench player on a second-rate college team.
right. 4th round, I mean, not even 4th round. 4th overall pick.
Wow.
Cut your loss. The Bulls brass, they are so bad at cutting their losses.
No, they have a hard time admitting when they've done the wrong thing.
Yes,
And they'll dig their feet in on whatever mistake that they've made, trying to somehow salvage something positive out of it to say, look, you see, we were right.
Yep.
But they're never right.
Yep.
They're never right.
It's awful. And we're going to be here next October as baseball season's wrapping up. Or this October, sorry. As baseball season's wrapping up. And we're going to have a conversation like, what the hell did they do?
And it's going to be like nothing. They did nothing. Patrick Williams will be back. Oh, the whole gang. They're probably going to at least start the season with Vooch.
Probably. You know, I know Vooch was bought in, but I'm sure after I can't imagine he's like, yeah, I'm still bought in here. He's probably like, well.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I mean, he's 30,
his career,
he's 30 something. Go play someplace where you can do better than play in. Even if you're coming off the bench, that has to be better than losing in the play in.
Good playoff time. You know, like there's a lot of teams that will take Vooch.
Yeah. Even if he has to come off the bench, who won't take a double-double off the bench? Can easily, if a team gives him the ball, he can give you 25 points a night.
Yeah, if they run the right offense.
Run the
ball through him. But he's in Chicago, and this is it. So that's the season. That's it. And that's sayonara Bulls. Done. With that being said, I think it's about that time.
Good night, Bulls.
All right, and we're right back. Thanks for holding on with us. Had to take a little pause for the cause. And we are back with Plunked.
Tried to brighten up my room a little bit.
There you go. You added some light.
I did.
I see it. And we got some baseball. We are in it now. We are officially in it. Everybody has had their opening days and has played on the road and played at home and have won and lost.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are with your first place Cubs.
Yes.
So tell me what you see you like? Let's start with the positive. What are you liking about your team right now?
I like the catchers, that tandem. That's right now, that's very good. I like the consistency of Tucker and Saya. And Bush has been doing okay. And I always liked Shota. I know he had a bad outing, but he's been pretty good, for Shota. And yeah. Oh, and Horner, Nico Horner. So I like
Nico,
that.
healthy
Oh,
Nico.
and Pete Crow Armstrong has gotten better with his hitting.
He has.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot better. He's gotten his average up to 259. So that's what I
Um,
like.
I'm looking for the standings. Here we go. Yeah. So, just a game ahead of Milwaukee right now. They're sitting at 12-9.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, all things look good. They're getting ready for
Arizona, I think.
Arizona D-backs.
Yeah,
3-game set with them, all day games,
good.
and I know they're looking good. Now tell me what you see that you don't like.
The bullpen makes me nervous.
Absolutely.
Um, Starting staff's decent. So I'm what I don't like. Okay, I was trying to lead with love again with another player. And Shota is definitely the ace. Shota's been the ace. I know they were still, maybe Justin Steele with his injury, kind of like Adbert. It was the same thing. Like you wonder, like, why are they not that good? And then all of a sudden they need reconstructive surgery. So what's up with that medical staff? That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
No one's seeing anything. But I was leading with love again for another player, a player who I picked on all year. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, leading with love is good. But now he's back on the list. I
Back
feel the
rally
way
killer.
I feel the way about Swanson, the way most of you feel about Patrick Williams.
Oof.
Except, remember at first Patrick Williams was a defensive player. Swanson plays excellent defense. I will never take that away from him. But this man's hitting 169. I can't. I'm trying. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm still gonna try to lead with love for a little bit longer. But he is pathetic. I mean, he was only like a career 250 hitter, so he was like the signing of Swanson was the Carl Boozer signing. He was maybe the 5th best in that class of shortstops that year.
Yeah.
And when the Cubs, as they do most times, missed out on all the other ones, it's like, oh, we're getting ready to give this man the best contract ever.
They settle.
And
As Chicagoans
yeah,
do. They settle.
his career, he's a 250 hitter. So you can we at least get 250?
Can we get 230?
Yes. Right now he needs 200.
Yeah.
It's And so, like, okay, yeah, his WAR and all that, his how many runs he saves and all that with his defense, but look at how many runs he leaves on the bases. Does it even out enough? I don't think so. If someone really dug into that data, it's not going to be me. I'm sure there's some people out there in the analytical world. If they really dug into that data, does it even out? I'm sure he doesn't save more runs than he leaves on the bases. I can't imagine, because last year and now becoming this year, it's like an automatic out with him.
Yes.
Let me know.
Currently it is, definitely.
Okay, and I'm always disappointed in Hap, but maybe he'll get better. According to Rick Sutcliffe, we shouldn't be worried about him. we all kind of saw that Matt Shaw wasn't going to last longer. But hell, for what Justin Turner's doing, you might as well kept Matt Shaw. Justin Turner's hitting just as bad as Matt Shaw was before you sent him down.
I think they're keeping Justin Turner as just like, well, he's a veteran, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah,
the
blah,
good guy,
blah,
all these good guys.
blah. Yeah.
So those are my not liking that much. Mostly Swanson. Yeah, he should learn how to hit. He should have some mysterious injury so he can learn how to hit or get a hit of steroids, something.
You get a hit of steroids.
Something to help this man see a ball.
He needs good old fashioned anabolics.
Yes.
In the butt.
Yes. Because yikes, and then you got excited because he had those 4 home runs, 12 RBI. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Well, he went on. He did have a little hot streak.
Yes,
and second week of the season,
it plummeted. Something awful. The last 7 games, 30 at bats, he has 2 hits. Last 30 games, 83 at bats, 14 hits.
Whew.
That's awful. In the series against San Diego, he had 1 hit, 14 at bats. But it'll save you a run.
Might cost you some too.
I'd almost just take an average to good fielder with some great offensive numbers.
Well, that's what we had on the South Side for a few years, and Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
Okay, shortstop, but
drove in runs.
Yeah, he was.
Dansby Swanson is almost like he's like the 8th inning replacement.
Defensive replacement.
Yes, that's what he is.
You're trying to keep a lead.
Yes. If you have the lead in the 7th inning, he's coming in to play shortstop.
To keep that lead.
Yep.
Not to add to it.
No. To make sure that every ball, if anything's hitting the hole, he has a chance to go get it, all that kind of stuff. That's really, he'd be one of the highest paid defensive replacements, but that's what he is right now. Now, of course, he can change because
still a long season.
It's only been 21 games, but if you double it to 40 games, which is what we say is a quarter of the season, right?
Yeah.
And you double this production, it's trash. If these first 20 games are an indicator of what it's going to be like the next 20 games, it's trash. A quarter of the season of trash. I see way more hope in Hap getting better than I see him. So, and this bullpen is still suspect. Whenever does anyone else out there who watches the games, Kamish, do you ever feel comfortable once they come in? Do you like, yeah, they're out to lock this down? No. I can't imagine anyone does.
There are very few. I mean, San Diego's got a hell of a bullpen.
It's like what was it? Heart attack Hector?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole bullpen. Heart attack bullpen. and then of course they're gonna have some good times, but you just don't feel comfortable that they're gonna shut it down. Definitely don't feel comfortable with a 1-run lead. So we'll see if that gets any better. Replacing Justin Steele, I guess they're hoping that Assad gets better soon, so he could be, in case what they're doing now doesn't work out, which for the 5th starter. So I guess they're hoping Assad can become the 5th starter. So yeah. Are you frozen?
No, I'm reading something.
You were concentrating hard. I've never moved. Nothing.
Sorry about that. I'm with you. I'm
No,
with you.
I just thought that I froze or you froze because your eyes never move, whatever you were reading. So, I mean, what? Tell me, what do you see that's good and bad?
King Tut. You know, he's everything that you hoped he would be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, started off a little rough in spring training,
Mm-hmm.
had us a little worried, I think. But Shota is being Shota. You know, I think even with who just went down with the injury,
Still.
Steele, I think the starting pitching can still hold,
Mm-hmm.
but that bullpen is very suspect. And who is this bum? Oh, I forget this guy's name. This bum that came in against I think against San Diego.
Let's see.
I don't know, he just gave it all up. Hold on, let me try to see if I can find it.
Let's see. It wasn't. No.
Was it Pearson? Was it Nate Pearson?
Probably because he's done it before.
Yeah, I think it was Pearson. He was awful.
And yeah, that's just gonna be a yep. He has a 10.38 ERA. It was
Yeah,
the game where he gave there was 4 runs in the 8th, 3 in the 7th.
but
But
no, but getting back,
his career, he has a 5.08 ERA. So
he is what he is. I think I don't know. God, I'm having a brain fart here. The skipper.
see they who Craig
Yeah,
Counsell.
Craig. Seems like he's kind of playing to win a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like they're a little bit more aggressive on the base path this year.
Mm-hmm.
Something I kind of noticed. And efficient, like noticed some double
Yeah.
steals and
They
some
were
cool
talking
stuff.
about that, like this team will steal bases, and then at the time they were struggling getting on. They were like, "But you gotta get on to steal these bases."
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
when you steal, and Dansby's up next, you're probably gonna be stranded at second.
Stranded on that island. Well, Christian, we got some guests to come
Okay.
in and join us. Let's bring him in. We got Cricket
All
Commish,
right. Hey
and
there.
we got Mr. Chicago in the building.
There.
What's going on,
Gentlemen,
folks?
You got
How
a
y'all
2-for-1
doing?
special going on.
all right,
Yeah.
and who is the lady?
We have chocolate here.
Hey,
Hot
chocolate.
chocolate.
Yes. She ain't camera shy, as you can see.
Yes,
See.
clearly.
Oh, she's
Hey there,
ready.
chocolate.
So we were just talking about the Cubs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give us your opinion.
Well, I was definitely not thrilled about the start in Japan there when they started off 0-2.
Yeah.
We were kind of on
Well,
a
you
hot
almost
streak
don't even want to
after we
count those
split.
2 games.
What's up?
What?
You almost don't even want to count those 2
No.
games.
Nope.
Still
I don't
spring
even know
training.
why they even started the season off like that with the damn
Right.
defending champs of all people. Like that
Of
was
all people.
come on,
Right.
man. You can't do us like that. We're not in a position to play them right
You know what
That
it is?
was wrong.
They're trying to do the NFL thing where they're playing in Europe and shit like that and kind of making it more global. It's kind of baseball's version of that. That's the way I kind of see it. Where they're
If that's
trying
the
to.
case, then if that's the case, they should have never took baseball out of the damn Olympics then, because when we were going against Japan and going against all these other countries in
Yeah.
baseball, we were actually popularizing Major League Baseball from an international standpoint then. I just don't know why they just like took that away. But
Well,
and I don't think Japan really needs exposure to baseball. Like they
right.
play baseball like a mother.
No, for
there's
sure.
no like they got to grow the sport in Japan. Like no, there's tons of baseball playing in Japan, dating back to Sho Kosugi, the ninja, was a baseball player in Japan.
And then you see what Shohei Ohtani is doing. I mean, what a big payoff for him. He got $700 million and ended up winning the damn World Series. So it's like, I guess they saw the benefits in giving him all this money, and the first year, and they go and win the World Series.
Remember when Jerry Reinsdorf said, "Oh, we're not in that Shohei Ohtani race to try to sign him."
Like, no shit, Jerry. We know that. We know your cheap ass ain't gonna pay no damn body to do any damn thing.
Andrew Benintendi is your highest paid player ever.
Oh my God.
Yes, Jerry. We know you're not in it.
So I also wanted to mention here with after the Arizona, when they split with them, at least the Cubs there went on a good streak there where they were winning the division series there up until recently here where against San Diego. But I'm happy that PCA is starting to come around. His bat's starting to heat up. The thing that was starting to worry me there at the beginning is his bat discipline was reminding me a lot of Javi Baez, to where he was just kind of swinging at everything there for a minute. So I'm kind of happy to see he's coming back down to earth a little, or at least getting more discipline, I should say, and his bat's getting better. But I'm hoping Matt Shaw, kind of switching to him real quick, he's going back to AAA. I hope he fixes damn batting stance, because that thing is so goddamn ugly to look at and stuff. So, and with the high leg kick.
Some people were talking about that leg kick, like,
Jesus.
Who told him that's what he needed to do?
And it's like he does something.
Take it up with the batting coaches who's telling him that his stance is okay. So I've seen one or two games. I was looking at that. I was like, that don't look very promising when you're trying to hit a home run in that stance. Like,
I mean, and if it's working for you, great. But when it's not working, it just looks real bad.
Yes.
Right.
And it was not working at all.
No, I mean, I liked his glove at third.
Yeah.
His glove was decent at third. He wasn't, hitting too many errors, and he had some hot balls, but some hot shots to the face.
Hot balls.
He had some hot shots, hit right to him, and he was able to handle them well. You know what I mean? So, but he needs to work on his bat, his swings for sure.
Definitely. What do you guys think about the bullpen?
Highly suspect. Like I said, when you're asking me that question,
we knew that coming
into
the season.
Lead, I wouldn't trust it.
Yes.
Yeah, we knew that coming into the season because obviously, especially both Chicago baseball teams, we saw that their ownership wasn't putting a lot of money into the damn bullpen anyway. I'm just like, that's the one thing that you have to do when you're building these teams is making sure that you have a consistent bullpen to rely on, especially down the stretch in those later innings of these games where it's close. It's like you want to come out winning more of those close games than losing them, because then you'll know it was because the damn pitchers didn't show up. Like, come on, man. Like, this ain't common sense.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, I don't understand why they keep playing around with what is a crucial position. Like the last year, remember, because when no one knew Adbert was hurt, and how many games from him and then the bullpen that they blew at the beginning of the season last year, and it came back to haunt them. So you still didn't learn anything from that? I don't know.
They must have thought it was a fluke or something. I mean, for them to not, like, to your point, learn anything or make any kind of adjustments and think they can kind of almost run it back. I mean,
that's the part that's real detrimental to any team, is that what you feel as though it's working when you know it's not. You're not going to do anything to improve on that, adjust it, whatever. It's like, no, I think we can build on this. And what success did you think you had that you thought you can build on?
Right, exactly.
Who are these people like looking at this? And what pair of lenses are you looking at these? I think they live
to it. Like,
they live to piss us off.
Yeah, I mean, right.
Like, you're intentional about pissing us off. You want to see us mad at you. Like,
yeah.
Are you getting your rocks off this? Like, come on, man.
Maybe, sometimes relationships think if you're mad all the time, that's passion. So maybe they think, we're passionate fans if we're mad all the time. I don't know.
Boy.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
They're wrong.
And we really have two different definitions of the word passion too. That ain't it.
No, I know. What do you think about? Okay, so I'm not the biggest Dansby Swanson fan, besides his defense. So tell me, you guys, what do you guys all think? What do all of you think about Dansby Swanson? Okay, did anybody freeze or just silent?
No, that's what we think of him.
I'm thinking.
I mean, the glove is nice to have, like you were saying, but that damn torpedo bat ain't helping enough. That's all. I mean,
it's not. So
it's not helping us, Crook. No. I'm seeing who it's helping. It ain't helping us, but I'm seeing other teams benefit from this. I was like, okay, well, maybe this can actually be something that helps the major league, especially in our city. But
is he like the new Jason Hayward?
For real. If he's going to be hitting like that, he needs to be lower in the order. He needs to be lower in the order if he's going to be hitting like that.
Yeah.
Like ninth.
Yeah,
I'm going to pay close attention to him now that y'all mentioned. I haven't been watching.
There's not a 10th spot, so I mean, 9 will work.
What'd you say, Commish?
There's not a 10th spot, so 9 will work.
I know.
I
tell you, he's like the 7th inning defensive replacement.
That was a very good point. I heard you say that earlier. Very good point. Yeah, when you're up by a few runs and shit like that, and you need especially since the bullpen is not trustworthy at all.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, no, that's 1,000%. I can get behind
I know they'll never do it because he's making too much money, but that's the level for him right now.
What's saving us too, as well, is the combined offensive effort of our catchers.
Yeah,
between Kelly and Amaya.
Yeah,
I mean, if we could morph that into one good catcher, that would be ideal. But I mean, just because I'm not sure how long that's going to last all season. Both of them being that.
I was just about to say that too, because obviously with the level of success they're having, it's refreshing to see them in the #1 spot in the division. And that's great and all, but how long is that going to last? Because we've seen stuff like this happen in the past before.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'm really just glad that we're better than the Cardinals, because we know how much they give us hell. The past few years, they've given us so much hell. And it's like, you know what? Now your ass is at the bottom of the damn division and looking up at us.
They are.
I'm happy.
They're living up to that dead bird's name.
Right.
But you always still worry about them, even if they are.
Yes.
You just, because it's the Cardinals now. It didn't happen last year or whatever, but it's the Cardinals organization. So you always feel like they're getting ready to find someone that no one else knew was going to be good. And they're going to have a career year. And they're going to come sweep the Cubs. And it's just,
Michael Myers.
Don't put that out there. Don't put that. Yeah, don't put that out there.
They are like Michael Myers, exactly.
Lurking in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We want to stay optimistic and wishful thinking over here. We're not going to put that out there.
Okay, I'll stop, Mr. Chicago.
So I want to ask Emilio real quick, switching to the Sox real quick.
Do we have to?
How long until you guys get to 10 wins?
Crook think it's real funny, Amelia, to do us like that. Listen, I'm Chicago everything. But I'm a diehard White Sox fan, unfortunately, and I'm dying really damn hard these days. But
did you say the Stank Sox?
I support the Cubs only when they're not playing the White Sox. When it's White Sox versus Cubs, to hell with the damn Cubs.
Yeah, that's how
White Sox.
I'm always rooting for the White Sox.
But how long do you think you're going to take?
What?
10 wins. 10 until you guys get to that 10-win mark. I mean, you're at 4 now. You had that 2 game last week.
You see what he's doing, man?
It's really hard to say.
I'm asking legitimate questions, Miss Chicago.
No, it's not.
Well, they play Boston again. They played them well.
Crook, let me tell y'all something. For full disclaimer, Crook makes sure that he takes shots at White Sox every chance he gets. And he had too big of a damn smile on his face when I told him I would be going to one of the Cubs game down here against the Braves, because I want to see them just beat the hell out of them. I'm going to go to that game. He was smiling way too hard for me. He was way too ecstatic about me saying that. So now I'm starting to regret.
I mean, take your shots. Commish, I mean, take your shots.
Himself off camera.
Nothing I can do.
He's
I
laughing.
mean, the Sox are barely worth talking about.
All right, I'm better now. I'm back.
Okay.
See?
Well, okay. They play Boston next, and they played them well. They won 2 out of 3, so that
They
could
did.
possibly be 6 wins.
Torputo.
They did.
Sox
They
using
did.
Torputo
I was
bat.
surprised at that.
Yeah. He says, Ruben says the Sox are using Torputo bats.
But not only do they need to do that, they need to make the outfield a little shorter too. I mean, if that's at all possible.
Mm.
And then that will definitely help get some more runs.
Well, that's
Right,
also going to help the other
right.
team.
See what I'm doing? See what he's doing? Y'all not paying attention to it. I am.
Commish, it won't help because then they'll be giving up a bunch of home runs too. So,
All right,
shit,
so
that's right too.
the Sox,
Exactly. It's
the
two-way
Sox, in a
street.
nutshell, we got some starting pitching.
All right.
you guys
Some
always
young-
skip pitching. You guys are
Some
good at
young
developing
studs,
pitchers.
up and coming starting pitchers. We don't have any consistency in the bullpen like
No.
most other teams don't have consistency in their bullpen. That's always one of those things that's like going around the league. Most teams don't have a consistent bullpen.
I feel like, maybe to that point though, I feel like that's only the case because it's still early on in the season. When the season gets midway, like in the middle grounds, like going towards like right after the All-Star break, you're gonna start to see more established bullpens looking a lot more
Absolutely.
better over time.
Not with the
It's still
Sox.
early.
I don't think you'll see that with the Sox.
No, I'm not saying that. I was just saying in general. See,
Well, yeah. People tend to have their bullpens more set.
Yeah. Or they're at least
we
better.
talked about this a couple weeks ago, Kristen, where
you have to add
a
insult
little
to
bit
injury
of
with that.
advance to move things around to get the bullpens together. But
I don't know if that's going to happen with the Cubs.
Yeah.
That's
I think the bullpen will get better, Kristen. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Who's the closer?
I don't have the answers.
That's a very good question. I wish I knew.
Mitch, all of you guys, out of who you've seen, has anyone stepped up there like, okay, they could be the closer, as you guys say, as the bullpen?
Too early to tell.
The only one that's looked somewhat better was it Presley?
That's the one from Houston, right?
Yes. He's the only one that somewhat looked better the last few outings or whatnot. But the other guy that they brought in the other day, that was supposed to be really good with the Little. Jesus Christ.
Luke Little, because he's so giant. He's such a giant, a gigantic left-hander. So you think
I was listening to the announcers. They were like almost befuddled and stuff, listening to him, like trying to encourage him, like, come on, kid, like you got better stuff than that. You gotta do better than that. Come on. I've seen you do better. What's wrong with him?
like begging and pleading for him to be better.
That's hilarious.
Because he's so big. It's like Patrick Williams. They look like they should have all the tools.
Please don't do that, Christian.
To do
don't
well.
Do that to me.
I made you get off the camera again, crooked. Commish.
Christian, you didn't have to do that to me. Like y'all, see, listen. I pay enough attention to y'all. Y'all, these little slick little zingers y'all throw, and y'all drag me right on back into that pit of pitifulness because I wasn't gonna mention that because I know y'all already talked about the Bulls. Pat Williams is a waste of time, money, draft pick, and roster spot.
And
what
uniform.
in the entire hell? And uniform. What are you doing on my team? Doing nothing, man.
Nothing.
Y'all have no idea how disgraceful I felt watching that game last night. But I'm not gonna even. I'm gonna digress. Y'all already talked about it, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
Commish is back.
Sorry about that. Had a call coming in. I wanted to ask you guys real quick though. I didn't mean to interrupt, but legitimately, with Lenny Sosa, how are you feeling about him with the White Sox and how he's coming along or whatnot?
I mean, he's coming along slowly. He's shown improvement since this is like his third year, with the team. So he's shown some improvement. I mean, I haven't seen anything to make me feel like, oh man, we really got something here with Sosa. You know what I mean? Like he's
too early to tell.
Made improvements. He's he outlasted Oscar Colas, who just couldn't get it together.
He's
And
gone.
yeah, I don't think
Oh, another dog.
This one's Walter
yeah,
Payton.
Hey, Walter.
I don't think extremely high of him, but he's just like, okay, he's an okay guy on a lousy team,
That's not saying much, but yeah.
That's not saying anything,
Does Luis Robert make it through the whole season, or is he gone?
I
think he
he's
will.
Gone.
I'm relying on him. Well, we have a choice but to rely on him. I need Roberts to really show up. Again, I've only watched so far. I've watched like 2.5 games from both Cubs and White Sox because it's still early, and I usually use the April month. It's the beginning of the season. I'm not basing anything off what I'm seeing at the very beginning of the season because I know it's not going to stick, whether it's good or bad. But if it's bad, that tends to stick a lot damn longer. And so I wait around the time May and June get around. I'm like, okay, now we're actually starting to see what we really look like in those months. But
I know we're always the person who was the call apologize, Commish.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my wife. She's out of town right now. Normally, I'm not using my phone to talk to you guys. So,
okay. Hi,
so
Mrs.
she's calling.
Commish.
Good to see you, babe. All right, go ahead.
Mrs. Commish.
She's just as crooked too.
She is. Well, okay. That's why you're a match. You're a good match. Brian Price.
Hey, Brian. That's my Packer friend over here giving us some love there. So thanks for
okay,
checking us
so
out.
you're giving love and watching. I won't.
Packer friend, huh? Yeah, we'll let you pass this time.
Let's go Packers. Yeah.
Now you're pushing it, Brian. You're pushing it. Hell, this is Chicagoland over here, buddy.
Go all right. They can go somewhere. All right.
Yeah.
Packers.
Yo, he's feeling really good about himself. He's feeling really good about himself with his team being 0-1 against us this year. So that's
of course,
funny.
Of course. And 0-2 in 2025, which is hilarious. So I mean, but that's not the story for another day. So yeah, go
that's
Pack.
A different podcast.
Yeah. Go ahead and go Pack because your Uber is outside waiting for you. So,
go pack your shit.
Yeah.
So, who is your player to watch on the Sox?
Miss Chicago, that's you.
Who is our player to watch?
Yeah, like you might have something in him, so you're gonna watch the development all year. Like you'll take the good with the bad because there's something there.
Well, we were just talking about him, Sosa. I think.
Okay, Sosa for you.
There could be something there. I don't want to jump the gun here because again, what took place last year, he won on the team last year, but last year's debacle was just, oh my God, it was embarrassing. So I at least want to see how much of an impact he'll make and how much of a difference he'll make on the win-loss column more than anything else because I mean, we can't get any worse.
Yeah,
we can't be worse than where we were last year. I want to believe we can't get worse.
Deb, you're our stats person listening. If you have a moment, what was the Sox record? What are they? How many games have they played?
Here we go.
What was the Sox record this same time last year? They have played
19 games.
19 games. After 19 games last year.
I think we didn't win our first game until like the 17th or 18th.
So my person to watch would probably be Shane Smith, a pitcher.
Okay.
He's doing well. He's got a 2.04 ERA right now, and you kind of wait to see if the league catches up with him.
Yeah,
at some point. So like, my eyes as far as anything positive, really positive that I'm looking at with this ball club has to do with pitching. There's nobody's hitting worth shit.
Not at all.
Nobody there's no position player. Like I had some hopes for but boy at third base. Hell, what's his name?
Plays third base.
That we got from LA.
Vargas.
Miguel Vargas.
Was that the one that looked so sad last year?
Yes, Mr. Sad when he got traded last year from the Dodgers.
Those were some of the
Would you
greatest.
not
Dodgers
be
got traded
sad
to the
too?
worst team in history. And it was all.
Would you
on
not
his
be
tape
sad
last
too
year.
though? Like
Yes,
think
I
about
would.
that.
But
Would you
that
not be
cost
so
much.
depressed that you don't even want to
Yeah, I
talk depressed?
mean,
It's gonna
I
show.
would be.
But they caught him at some of the greatest moments in that dugout. Like
The look on his face was just like.
Yes, it was.
He looked
great.
stressed. They
Hey,
turned
so
him into
guys-
a meme one time. Yeah, he was just looking like.
Real quick, guys. I have to bounce out. I want to say thank you for having me on, but I do got to bounce out. I think my dogs need to step outside real quick. So
Well, come back.
Correct.
Join us again, Kamish.
absolutely. Either before or definitely after, one of the two times. I'll definitely be on. Try and get on before the All-Star break and stuff.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Once we get a few more games into the season, kind of see if Swanson's turned some shit around.
For sure,
Okay.
man.
Mm.
All right,
I'm not
appreciate
holding my
it.
breath. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, there
I
you
hear
go.
Thank you.
All right,
See
no
ya.
problem. Be safe, guys.
All right,
All
you
right, you
too.
too.
Bye, Kamish.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So okay, as a Sox fan, because I've been through, Cubs fans, we've been through this. And one of the
It
big
was never this
differences.
bad, Kristen.
Okay, it wasn't this bad, but we've been through some bad. But we
Yeah.
always had someone exciting to get you through.
I
Like
can't give you that.
there was an exciting player even through the bad, whether it
I mean, when
was
the Sox were rebuilding before, we had Tim Anderson.
yes.
Yep.
And I think they
And we
have
thought Tim
to.
was going to be something, and then it turned out to
He
And he
was.
was something for a
hot minute though. It was
Yeah.
like,
real
and
something.
then
And then
Yes, he was.
it
And
really
then
went
late-
away really fast or
man,
really
he was
slow.
raking
Like,
for
He
years
was.
and then just lost
I
it.
was like, what
Lost
the
it, and-
hell?
And then it became, there weren't any black people in the
He was
clubhouse.
the last one. I'm just like,
I mean, and that might have been, but they weren't when you were good as well. So that was one of the things with Tim Anderson's comment about that. But you were like the batting champion, and there weren't any other black folks there either.
no.
I don't know. The ladies caught his eye. It was like Eve all over again for Adams. Like once he dealt with ladies, things just went down for him. I mean, it's true that you can pinpoint downfall was the ladies.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's undefeated. I can tell you that damn much. It's
So,
certainly undefeated.
as Sox fans, I know you guys said the people that you are looking at or whatever, but as Sox fans, as you're going through these struggles, you do need that player that's exciting to watch. And a pitcher, you don't see them enough. So it's hard
No,
for
you
that
don't.
to be the only player that like gets you excited. That could be some appointment TV. Like, you may watch a loss, but at least you have this exciting player. They have
Yeah,
to
no,
find
there's
that
nothing
person.
like that with the Sox right now.
And I can't give you that right now because it's too early, and we ain't won
Yeah.
enough games to even give me
Yeah.
some excitement,
We
right? So,
don't have
plus, I haven't
anything.
watched enough of the games to be like, okay,
Are you?
Oh,
do you
who-
have
who
like
am
a
I
little
looking at?
boycott? Do you have a little boycott going? Is that why you're not watching them?
somewhat, because I'm like, I need Jerry ass out my damn city and selling the damn ticket. I need him to stop making so much money in my city and not caring about what direction these
He's
teams.
not
he's
caring about the
owning
fans.
are going.
Yeah.
He don't care. I don't appreciate him not caring.
He
Because
doesn't.
we're the reason why these are storied franchises. It ain't because of you. It's because of how much the level of support that we've given you over these several decades. Like, come on, man.
And
You
he has
even
the
have enough
nerve.
respect for us to even put together a team to be formidable. Come on,
Yes.
no, man. So I
And then they
can't
have
give you that answer right now.
Darn.
It's not available.
Good. That's how bad it was. It wasn't available.
Well,
And
why
you know-
would you ask that?
Yeah.
Then Jerry
Well.
has the nerve to want the city to help pay for a stadium.
And I saw that too. I was like, you done lost your damn mind. You think we gonna give y'all the stadium that we currently got ain't got but 12 people in the damn stadium? What makes you think you gonna get a new one and not and think you gonna have that one empty too? And have Chicagoans have to pay for that? Man, they gone some damn where.
And it's not the location and all that kind of stuff, because when they were winning, that place was packed. So you have to give something. Even you're doing the rebuild, but you have got to find that exciting player and let him come up here and hit some home runs, get the crowd excited, be a personality. Another thing, there's just I don't know if there's anyone even with a good personality, like exciting, fun. You gotta get some fun. You gotta inject something.
So, Chris,
and here's the thing about the comparison with the Cubs, Chris, that you brought up earlier, is that during the bad years the Cubs had, at the very least, they were still selling out them damn night games at Comiskey Park. At Wrigley Field. So you had the crowd still coming out, showing support in this team. As bad as they were, it was not this bad. And it's our good was looking like the Cubs bad in terms of the damn fan base showing up. And so with us being this bad, you'll be lucky to see somebody walking down the street like, hey, man, you want some tickets to the White Sox game? White Sox, I'm not going to that game.
You can't get the still.
Like, they look at you as an insult now. So it's like
2-17.
What?
We were 2-17.
Did I not just say that? I told you we didn't win our first game until like the 17th or 18th game. So I remember
we didn't. We won our first game, the fifth game. We won the fifth game.
But you won your second game, the 15th game.
It had to be. It was one of those. I know that much. It was a huge game.
No, it was the 11th game.
The 11th game. Well, okay, so you're better. You're already 2 games better.
Don't try to sweet talk us, okay, Chris? It's not working, okay? Yeah. Listen, y'all know already. You and Crooked already impeded our milkshake long enough, okay? We're not drinking this.
We the milkshakes.
No, we're not doing this.
They got that going for them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you one of them milkshakes this year. That's for damn sure.
You got that going for them. That milkshake.
Did you have one when you went last year?
No,
No, you don't do ice cream. Right.
Oh, okay.
They look good, but even as a Cubs fan and even Commish, making our little jokes or whatever, that wasn't even fun for us. Like, it's more fun in this city when both teams are good.
Yes.
And then you actually have bragging rights, and that doesn't happen often. Really? And so usually it's one fan base dogging the other because the other one's bad. But it's most fun if we're both playing for something. Yeah. Because then when something goes bad, you can, but it's not talking about you suck and one game won and all that kind of stuff. It's just more fun if they're both playing for something.
And you know what? Funny enough, you say that because I remember, I don't know if you guys remember this article. I think ESPN wrote this about 5-6 years ago, maybe a little longer, where they predicted that at some point in time in the near future, the Cubs are going to play the White Sox in the World Series. I said, listen to me. If and when that happens, I don't want to hear a damn thing from any other fan base from any other city. You ain't got nothing to do with this. This is a Chicago thing. And y'all stay y'all asses in y'all city. And whoever wins this gets the crown. They get the crown for life as being the Chicago team.
Oh my God. If that were to ever happen, I need that to shut us down.
We shut this
stay at home order for about a week.
Listen, we may mess around. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this much. We may mess around and get Chicago put out of Illinois. That's how wild it's gonna be. If that happens, we will no longer be welcome in Illinois ever again.
Oh, it's gonna be wild.
I hope that I'm alive.
Well, hey, I'm gonna get out to a couple of games this year because I want to get some of them eats that they got.
They do. The stuff
I was boycotting last year and I didn't go to any games, but I'm gonna head up some games this year. And but it'll just be for the food, and, it's a nice park.
It is a nice park. It is.
It's like
Food is
fun.
good.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
Like it's so loud and stuff is happening. It is an exciting part.
Yeah. So
But I still look forward to that inner city classic, right? Because it's something about when the Cubs play the White Sox that's honestly when you see the White Sox playing at their best, because it's like they're really trying to compete. While the Cubs sometimes, if they already good, the Cubs be looking like, okay, listen, y'all play a little bit too hard. Calm down. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal to us still. So
yeah. I went to the one of the games last year. The Cubs did win, but it took to the 8th inning for them to score, and that's when we all left. So, but those are fun, and it's fun for fans. But it'd be even more fun if they were both good.
They're both good. Listen to me. It would be so much trash talk going around the city that it's funny enough. I remember this joke. Well, Omar Epps actually said that he went to a Sacramento Kings game, Sacramento Kings and the Lakers with Marlon Wayans. So Marlon Wayans is actually his best friend. And so he said Marlon was in the crowd talking trash to a bunch of Sacramento King fans, stuff like that, about Lakers winning. Lakers ended up losing the game. So Marlon took it upon himself to take his Laker jersey off and had a Sacramento King jersey on and start talking trash to the Laker fans. He said, man, I ain't never go nowhere else with him, man. So that would be me in situations like that. I got more White Sox hats than I do Cub hats, but I would definitely have my Cub hat waiting underneath my shirt and be like, yeah, I told y'all we was gonna win. Y'all suck.
we're gonna get stomped out by the Mets again this year, Deb. Great.
Oh, that's our MV, our most valuable plunkster, Deb. She's a Mets fan, and she gets excited. They're playing the Sox and the Cubs. That's also our stats guru on the show, and they beat us all the time. I think they're 12-7. Yeah, they're 12-7 right now, and Soto hasn't caught fire yet, but we know it's coming.
It's coming.
But that Pete Alonso, and it took them so long to sign him, and he is just on fire. Cubs should have gone for him or Bregman.
Oh yeah, I think
you
so.
kind of hope it's going to be personal next time they play him. So, we got to win this.
It's in May. They play them in May, so it's going to be cold.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Y'all don't get warm until June 21st.
We'll have a few warm days in May,
but it's not going to be. It's not going to be like it's not going to get cold again.
Right.
It's going to
That's
get
exactly
cold.
right, man. Listen, I come home every now and then, like in May and April, and it's still cold as hell up there. I'm just like. Yeah. Let me go on back to Georgia, because at least we get all 4 damn seasons down here. Sometimes we get in and out of 6 hours, but at least I know it's going to be warm.
May. It should be warm in May. Yeah, it's just,
it should be.
Even if it's just 70. Pulling the switcheroo.
Oh man, I promise you, I won't be welcome home again if I ever do that. Actually. They will never let me step foot on Chicago soil.
But hey, y'all, I'm gonna have to call it.
Wrap it up. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Chicago.
Thank you, Mr. Chicago.
I appreciate y'all for letting me be on. I wish I could have joined earlier because I was on my way home.
All good, man. Better late than never, man.
Bulls who let us down. I need 8. Let me just say this much. I need AK fired when I wake up in the morning. I need Billy Donovan fired when I wake up in the morning, and I need Pat Williams' ass somewhere looking for a Lyft or Uber to take him some damn else, probably a G League or some shit, and he give me all that damn money back. I need these things to be happening.
I wish I could do all of those things for you, sir.
Yeah, you might as well keep on sleeping, Mr. Chicago.
I may have to do that. At least until we try to like make a blockbuster trade for a known superstar, because I was reading some stuff about us possibly going after Joker or maybe Giannis. I'll take either or.
Absolutely.
It won't happen. But on that note,
it won't happen.
Thank you yet again for just raining down my parade. I appreciate
That's
you.
what I'm here for. I'm the dream killer.
That's what we're here for. Bring everybody down to earth. Nope, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, but As always, Chicago against the world, man. Win, lose, or
That's
draw.
right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Chicago against the world.
So the world blow up. All of
Yes,
that.
sir.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right, folks. Well, on behalf of Mr. Chicago and Kristen Stats, my name is Emilio Bucks. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we will see y'all in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Peace.
Right.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.